Welcome everybody to this giant combo deck that feels sometimes like cheating, and no, we are not playing Ninja's Kunai today. I know maybe a lot of you were expecting it. We are gonna play a deck that is built around Ob Nixilis, and I played this deck about 7-8 months ago already with a similar cards, but I think with a release of Brotherhood and Dominaria United, we had some amazing additions for this deck, and who doesn't know what this deck does? We are trying to kill our opponent as early as on turn 5, and it's fairly consistent. I pull out every third game, I think, pull out this combo to kill my opponent on turn 5. And how does it work, this combo? Well, fairly simple, but also not so see-through, because a lot of people don't really know what's happening here. We're gonna go shortly through the combo, and then I'm gonna explain the synergy with the new cards, of course, and then we're gonna jump into the gameplay and see the combo in action, because I already played. There are some combo potential, but also some really fun games, so definitely stay tuned for it. So first off, how does the combo happen? Pretty simple. Between Sheoldred and our Ob Nixilis, and of course big creatures, allow us to cast Ob Nixilis token for loyalty equal to the power of the big creatures. This is why you see here 4 copies of Shakedown Heavy and 4 copies of the new edition of Archfiend of the Dross. That is not only amazing also to drain our opponent, that is playing amazing in our synergy because we are sort of drain deck, but also is a super huge threat. With 6 damage in the air is not to underestimate, because a lot of opponents need to deal with it ASAP, but they are also other threats. But in this combo we're gonna sacrifice the big creatures, be it with a fight triggering counter so we can instantly ultimate our Ob Nixilis, or be it maybe with our new additions from Vraska and from our Boom, who can proliferate both of our Ob Nixilis tokens to the loyalty, where we can ultimate them in the same turn where they got in, to force our opponent to draw 7 cards and lose 7 life. Well, what happens if opponent draws 7 cards? Sheoldred happens. If the Sheoldred is on the board and opponent draws 7 cards, this is 14 damage. Combine it together with the 7 damage from Ob Nixilis ultimate, that it says -7, target players draw 7 cards and lose 7 life. It's 21 damage on turn 5, so it's similar to Ninja's Kunai, but it's not Ninja's Kunai. It's fair, it's simple, but it's super satisfying and super entertaining also to play, so definitely can recommend this deck. And I talked already a little bit about Vraska, but I want to go a little bit into the synergy with it, not only because this is the only removal we have in our deck to deal with something dangerous that maybe is on the board or preventing our combo, but also it has amazing synergies with the proliferation, because our fight triggering, putting counters on everything, but also being able to proliferate both of our Ob Nixilis tokens is just super powerful. If we can play it for even for 5 mana, losing life is in this case not a big deal. And often this proliferating allow us to cast our Ob Nixilis even for 8 loyalty, because we can proliferate Shakedown Heavy to 8 almost in the same turn when it comes in, if we have fight triggering on the board, or also our Archfiend Dross is suddenly a really big creature. This is why I think this deck had a really major upgrades. For the mana base, 26 lands, pretty basic how I built all my decks that include the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because with 26 lands, even if we've mana flat a little bit, as soon as we draw our Fable, we have our card source engine or loot engine active, and we can draw whatever we need. But also, as I already mentioned, Fable is not only a powerful card in the meta, but also a really powerful card in every combo deck, because it lets you find the combo pieces that you are currently missing. And in this scenario, this is Ob Nixilis, Sheoldred, and one of our big creatures, Shakedown Heavy or the Archfiend of the Dross. With this being said, my friends, let's go to the gameplay. I hope you will enjoy it as much as I did, so let's roll. And here we are, my friends, with the deck that feels like cheating. No, it has nothing to do with the Ninja's Kunai, but something that can do very similar things. And this hand is not terrible, because we have Kiki to cycle things to get our green source if we really need to. Maybe we can also draw the green source, so, but also the go on first. No, I'm gonna mulligan this one. This is better. Yes. Let's get away the Painland, because maybe, just maybe, this is a mono red deck, because I encounter a lot of aggro decks with this deck, and this is an Esper legend deck. Let's see if my opponent has the perfect curve to play into Talia, because usually this is how they play, right? Perfect curve into Talia, and then bam with the Refine, because Refine is fine. And we're gonna see if Sheoldred can take over the game, because usually Esper Legends don't run so many removal spells. For example, I think that this champion deck, they run like 2 or 3 removal spells, direct removal spells. And post sideboard is definitely a better deck, but in best of 1, you don't have the sideboard, my friend. So this is something that speaks for us. My opponent needs to look that he kills us before he can do anything else. And let's see, Talia. You see, perfect hand. Perfect hand. Like, what else do you want to do if they come for you? We play you, and then we skip the keep. Skip the tip to lose, so super good opening hand from my opponent. We're gonna see if we're gonna top deck another... What's that? Why you have so much art? You have too much money? Too much money? Too much money to spend tap land? Not so good for us. Not so good, to be honest. But better than nothing, right? Next turn... Dross? Maybe Dross? We're gonna see. We're gonna see if Dross can take the game for us. Oh, opponent keeps mana open. Oh, wow. And we have you for 2 mana. So let's play the Dross. Let's see if my opponent runs maybe counter spells. Like make disappear, for example. No Refined Tower, okay? Sure. Let's hit the big boy on the board. And let's see if my opponent plays Sheoldred. Because they also run their own Sheoldred, but only 1 or 2 copies. So if this is a net deck, this should be pretty obvious for us. Okay. So let's play our own Sheoldred and let's start bashing our opponent into the face with 6 damage. Let's see if opponent found his removal spell in the top. Or maybe found something else. We're gonna see. Next turn, I'm thinking Fable, maybe? Maybe. I mean, 6 damage in the air is a lot. Also here, 4 damage can go in in case my opponent AO. Good cards, just good cards. As per Legends, play just good cards and win with this. But it's not a biggie. Another red source. Okay, resolve. Before we do anything, let's attack with the Dross. Let's see what my opponent wants to do. If you want to sacrifice the AO, if yes, yes. If no, no. AO goes bye-bye. Put a 1-man counter on everything. Okay, sure. I'm not sure about this play, to be honest. But okay. Right? It's okay. I think this is fine. And let's see. Ooh, my friend. This is a... So he has for Talia, he has this damage. This is why we're gonna try to avoid to block Talia. For anyone, right? We try to avoid to block with Sheoldred because he has the land, the El Ganjum. I run like 4 copies of it usually, 3-4 copies. I run in my deck 3 copies of it. And usually they run 4 copies. Another AO, okay, sure. Is this enough though? Yeah. And 2 mana open. You also 2 mana open. If I attack all, it takes here out 4 damage. Goes down to 6, goes down to 4. And double Adversary. He will discard most likely the cards. So this is not good. If I flash you in, he blocks here. This is 3-7 minus 2. It goes down to 1. And here damage. Yeah, this must be lethal, right? Yeah. This must be lethal. Yeah, and 1 loss because AO dies. Archfield is Archfield. It's just Archfield. Archfield. Good card, good card. Good card. Archfield is a good card. It's a little bit annoyed, huh? A little bit toxic. Maybe. You like it without a combo? Winning? Let's go next. Here we are. Winning against Esper Legends is really good, really good. Going second with an okay hand to go second, to be honest. One land missing to start popping the underdogs against Coreoni or Corelloni. Is it too slow though against aggro? Could be, right? Sure, let's keep it. Let's try it. Let's try it. 26 lands. I'm certain that we're gonna draw our third land in 4 draws. Because we are going second. We have one more draw until turn 3. And first draw is our Sheoldred. So not what we really needed. Mono black mid-range, mono black aggro. Again, not the land that we needed. 26 lands. So if we don't draw in the next draw, our land will be very interesting, very interesting. But the combo is already here. You see it maybe. See it happening. So from now on, only lands, and I'm the happiest man alive game. I am a happy man. Oh yes, I am a very happy man right now. Let's go with fight rigging. Vraska, you say, huh? Vraska is a nice addition here. Definitely a very nice addition. Going on Underdog. And does Underdog go in? No, Underdog doesn't go in. Underdog chills, because in case we draw another land, we can Archfield instantly from Vraska, but I don't really look to do that. Oh, opponent with a clean answer here, huh? A tap land, okay. Not what we looked for, what we were looking for, but maybe a possibility, right? So let's go putting some counters here, and let's see if my opponent has other interactions, other removal spells. And if I see it right, it's just for toxic thing, right? And target creature with mana value 3 or less, yes. So these two will be safe for now. Then let's go for the combo, I would say. Or my opponent top deck another removal spell will be like a perfect answers here. Exile for underdogs, of course, perfect, because it's exiling, and plus removal for Sheoldred on instant speed. What you gonna do, right? What you gonna do? But this is how the game is, and if my opponent does nothing next turn, believe we win. No, for next turn I needed to have here or Ob Nixilis or Sheoldred, right, to win in the next turn. What was my opponent hesitating? He has maybe another exile spell, but he don't have toxic counters, so this is why. Sure? No, draw your card, my friend. Draw your cards. Shakedown Heavy, you say. Shakedown Heavy is cool, right? Shakedown Heavy is cool. But Dross is cooler. Dross is much cooler, because Dross drains my opponent for much more, and we are at the end drain deck. We are drain deck at the end, so we're gonna play our Vraska. Minus on Evolve Sleeper.
The reign of flesh is over.
But he knows it. Why? Minus on Evolve Sleeper, so they cannot attack anymore. And Archfiend of the Dross will hold off Geeks. Just in case my opponent don't know what's coming. Next turn we can combo off. I don't even think we need to combo off, but we can. Right? Because we kill him already here. Overkill! Overkill, 5 mana. Oh, Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair, you say? Invoke Despair. I can sacrifice him, but I'm going for Sheoldred. Going for Sheoldred, I think, is a much cooler play. Why, you ask me? Simple, because we kill him. Like this. My opponent is like, in of despair, I'm gonna make him quit the game. Gonna say, bro, draw some cards. Draw some cards. Yes. Draw 7 cards. And leave my game, please. What an opening here, huh? 2 games. Mono Black defeated, Esper defeated. Let's go. Let's see if we can pop off the combo. I would like you to see the combo in action, and I hope you will appreciate it. And here we are, finally on the play, but what is with the mana base? Game. You think there is a chance that I can top deck green source? Sure. Let's try it. Let's try to play this one. And by the way, addition in the Rakdos with Cliffs is just pure nonsense, right? Rakdos has the best mana base, right? It was already a really powerful deck, and Rakdos is, for me, a lot of people talking about Grixis and Esper and blah blah blah, mono white, mid-range. People don't know how to play mono white mid-range, by the way. A lot of people don't know it. But for me, bro, there is no such thing as ossification on Shakedown Heavy, by the way. There is no such thing that is better than Rakdos. Oh no! Ha! Ha! You will not like it, my friend. You will definitely not like it. So let's go attack first, right? Let's go attack first. Okay. Oh, even better, my friend. You can create a devil. You can plus. Not gonna show him the green source. Don't feel for it right now. I think he has something like ossification or something for the Ob Nixilis token. It's okay. What? What? My friend, did you just lost the game? Did we just see the combo without anything? Woof. Woof. Si, senor. Give it to me. Turn 5 combo, my friends, as I promised. I'm cheating here. Without Ninja Kunai. Without nothing. Without Ninja Kunai. Turn 5! Turn 5 mono white, people. Shortly before we go in, I know you can succumb this combo and say, bro, this is so amazing. I need to craft fight rigging. By the way, Archfield or Archmage or who somebody posted he didn't had fight rigging. Fight rigging is a card that is in a really weird spot, but I think the power level of fight rigging is there. The problem is with the fight rigging, we can talk about it a little bit more later. It's a card that plays in a creature synergy deck where you want to play a creature on turn 3, but instead you play fight rigging on turn 3. If you build this in a little bit more of a combo shell, like these ones for example, then it has suddenly a value. But I also believe in the future we will see more counter synergy. So as soon as we go into the counter synergy, then we are talking that fight rigging just suddenly jumps a tier higher. So I would say fight rigging right now is tier 3, like from the level, power level. In the future sets, fight rigging will be like tier 2, 2.5, right? Like 2, so or like 1.5. Because I think we are going more and more into counter synergy. I saw already some spoilers from the new March of the Machines said, and there is also counter synergy. And then if we suddenly start with proliferating and counter synergy, I think fight rigging will see decent play, or you will have a lot of fun with it. So definitely a very interesting card. But here without fight rigging, turn 5, full kill. Let's go next. So here we are again on the draw, but the hand is not bad. The only concern here is these 2 lands, but it's not a biggie. We can play first you, then cliff, so we have everything covered. If it's an aggro deck, it will be a little bit painful, but we're gonna see. I'm certain we can do something. Doesn't look like an aggro deck. By the way, could have played cliff, but I still can play cliffs untapped because it's until 3 mana. A fellow enchantment player here, huh? Don't like enchantment. By the way, this is a deck against Celestial Enchantments where I found a bug with Crowbar. I was leading, I was leading, my freaking opponent had this flying Catilda that is super big, and I tried to destroy her and blow up because I would go for lethal, and I blew up my whole deck. I blew up my whole deck. So yeah, this is how it can go sometimes. This is how it can go sometimes. And then after that, I submitted tickets. I submitted everything, and no reaction. I write on Twitter. I said, Wizards, please fix this because I have decks with Crowbar. Yes, because I have for Mirrodin an enchantment equipment deck where I use Crowbar not only to produce tokens and token synergy, but also to okay. I have 5, right? Yeah. Si, senor. Minus on Jukai. Jukai can become an artifact. Yeah, there was no reaction. I also made a video on the thingy. Oh, nice. 1, 2, 3. Oh, a lot of cards, huh? So my opponent will refill his hand almost. Also really good. Nice. 4-card draw with Harmony. Super deck. So this is not a net deck. This is most likely something he built self together because this is usually not in a net deck scenario, but really cool synergies.
Embrace the inevitable.
See. I want my opponent to commit a little bit more to the board. No attacks. A little bit earlier. By the way, I don't know if this is a bug with waiting announcement, but look, it didn't transform with the 3 counters on it. Do I really care? I mean, I can take out 1 token. And I mean, I will not be able to save it. Oh, it's okay. I can kill 1 token. Let's see what my opponent has in the repertoire with his 6 mana. He drew a lot of cards, so he needs to have some action. El Gancho, okay. So maybe a small mistake from my side. I should have... I mean, it's okay to block the token, right? This is bad. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Doesn't cut anything right now. I think I made a mistake with the Shakedown Heavy, huh? I should have knew it better. I should have knew it better. I should have knew it better. This is a good game. Because otherwise, copying Shakedown Heavy, attacking with the copy, and then sacrificing... I mean, it will also not be like wow play, right? Sacrificing it with Ob Nix, the copy of the Shakedown Heavy. And then after that... But I'm dead next turn. Should have 3 mana Dross. Dross is okay. Dross is okay, but I don't see a way out, to be honest. I don't see a way out. My opponent has something for 1 mana. Ah, the other land? Other land. So my opponent had good answers, but also super powerful how he drew 4 cards and then went on like nothing. Also, the live gain will prevent my combo from happening, but it's okay. Somewhere you need to lose, right? Somewhere you need to lose. Create a copy of Underdog. Take action. Proving grounds. Pass. A good game, my friend. There is no chance. Also, my combo will not win the game now because too much life gain. PCG. Cool deck, definitely. I like it. I like it. I mean, he built it himself. It's a little bit slower in going, so this may be a little bit painful against aggro decks. He will lose a lot of games. But against midrange and control, I'm not sure. Like, I mean, farewell here. Farewell here. Oof. Oof. And we are already in turn 8 or something, right? So it's a really powerful deck against midrange. But I think it suffers against control and then suffers against aggro decks because it takes a little bit time to keep rolling, especially with Waiting Announcement and Hello Haunted and Kikis that do not do anything positive for your board state, let's say, in the first few turns. I like the game. It was good. It was good. He didn't net deck. He didn't. Play powerful cards from enchantments. Otherwise, yeah, you saw the combo in the previous game. This is okay. How long do we record? We can make one more. Let's make one more. And here we are in our last game, most likely. I think it's a last game, except my opponent like somehow concedes or something. Looks like a mono white opponent. And we're gonna see. This is untap. So let's play the tap land because we have nothing. Why I keep this hand, I like usually to explain turn 3. Wow. Because Scania's welcome, huh? I'm not sure what my opponent is doing here, but right now I'm drawing too much lands. Against aggro I had cut down and Shakedown Heavy. Against midrange I had cut down and Kiki, and against control I had Kiki, so this is why I considered this hand being a very, very powerful hand. My opponent with 4 mana and most likely Wandering Emperor, but let's see. If Wandering Emperor gonna hit the board against Shaman, yeah, Wandering Emperor. I told ya. And if he don't minus it, I will cut down it. I would recommend to... Okay.
May your blade strike true.
This is, I think, a slight mistake from my opponent. I would have minus it. He should consider that me playing... Shakedown Heavy. Me playing nothing on first few turns should indicate that I have some sort of hand hate or removal in my hand. And my opponent decided that... Are you mono white enchantments or what are you?
Keep watch for
Yeah, it's a nice synergy, yeah, but super slow. Like turn 5, a lot of other decks do other things. So right now we are missing Sheoldred and Ob Nix to combo off. This is why let's do it like that. Archfiend is also good. Ob Nix is also good. But Ob Nix cannot come from fight rigging up. So I believe Vraska is the way to go, huh? Or Archfiend. Looks like he has a lot of small creatures. So let's go with Dross. For the simple reason... For the simple reason, because my opponent will pop his stuff. Yeah, obviously. And now we wait. Yeah, now we wait. Because I think my opponent also runs sweepers. He plays tokens synergy. Usually in tokens you can allow yourself to run some sweepers. This is why Takenuma will mill something and then get it maybe back. Maybe. Mondrak, yeah. Okay, nice. But Archfield will not, let's say, satisfy him. Can I say satisfy him? I think I can say it, right? I think I can say it. Because this is a really fast clock. So let's mill something, let's see what we're gonna mill. I mean, I don't really necessarily need it, right? Not necessarily. Sheoldred. It's good, no? Sheoldred is good. Let's play the green source. Let's play the Dross. Dross number 1. Then Dross number 2. And Shakedown Heavy number 3. Another Dross. And this is freaking a lot of damage. For 2 mana I have nothing, so let's go. This is freaking lot of damage. Another Dross. Okay. Sure. He draws a lot of cards, obviously, but he needs to find a sweeper for this board state. And right now, sweeper will train him for a lot. This is lethal next turn, by the way, who doesn't see it. With another Dross in the hand, Ossification, sure, my friend. What do you take? Reflection or Dross? Dross, of course. This is 9 damage. It's still 12 damage, it's still lethal, right? So... Not that my opponent can do something. 5 mana, Wandering Emperor. Okay, sure. Not a biggie. Not a biggie at all. Okay. In this case, Wandering Emperor. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can play also Sheoldred afterwards. But then I cannot copy afterwards. I can copy double attack, he minus. Oh, sure. Yeah, my friend. Next, on the token. Attack all. Is what this deck can do. Wandering Emperor, obviously, right? I called it out, like, in his turn. Minusing on the non-token is okay. This one still drains my opponent, and then other things will drain him too. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. I told him not to do that. He's the one who did it. Right? Next. Okay. And 6 damage? No? Okay. Okay. Otherwise, I mean, my opponent should not have sacrificed 2 tokens, but there was not much options for my opponent left. Cool deck. Weird synergies, really slow, but sure, why not? I mean, I play also some weird stuff. I think everybody who thinks, hey, what is this? But you saw turn 5 combo, turn 5 win, not a clickbait. Some people maybe say I like to do clickbait titles and thumbnails, but I don't usually. I don't remember when it's clickbaity, yes, but this is how YouTube works, so this is not my fault. I will tell you. Rakdos mid-range, no, Junt mid-range combo deck, and nobody will bet an eye on it. Like, nobody will even click on it. Like, Rakdos mid-range, I saw it since 10 years every day. Combo decks, I saw it too. But turn 5 kill in standard? This is cool. Feels like cheating in standard? This is cool too. And it feels sometimes like cheating. As I said, sometimes you kill your opponent out of nowhere, similar to Ninja's Kunai, but there you can do it obviously on turn 2, turn 3. Here we can do it on turn 5, earliest. I think so far as I calculated, it's turn 5 because you need to have Sheoldred and Ob Nix on the board, plus you need to have a big creature. So turn 3 is usually covered with a big creature, turn 4 is covered with Sheoldred, and turn 5 we can then play, for example, Fight Rigging, put a counter, get something from the Fight Rigging, and then maybe kill our opponent this way. Or we can turn 5 just, how you call it, Ob Nix, and then kill my opponent too, deals 21 damage. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this deck, I hope you like it. Today is Saturday, tomorrow, I think tomorrow will be also a video. I think I will have some time tomorrow morning to record for you a little bit. But for everybody else, thank you so much for a lot of support in the previous video with the bug. As I said, many people pointed out I should not have played in the rank. I have my fun in rank, and I don't consider rank something that is competitive. Like, if you know what I mean. For me, rank is a pure grind. It has nothing to do with your skill or your ability to play Magic. Also, if I would play Magic more competitively in rank, I would play best of 3, because this is, I think, we're at a format where you can show your skills, not only sideboard skills, but also playable skills. Best of one ranked is more like casual play. Right? Because in the play queue, people try to have fun. Mostly, like and I think a lot of my viewers try to have some fun in the play queue, testing some weird synergies and weird decks out. In the rank queue, in best of one, you go when you want to play against meta decks, with your meta deck, or with something else, and counter meta decks. Right? Fast games. Magic should not be fast. Like, remember, 10 years ago, a Magic game tended sometimes to take 2-3 hours, sometimes also just 10 minutes, right? So you can, or Commander, one of the most favorite format. I think people, if you play a Commander with multiple people, you also play like for 2-3 hours at least, and this is what Magic is. But in current time, the community and the games and everything adapting to this fast-paced stuff. So this is why best of one is here. Usually Magic, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. If there is a best of one format in paper, like I don't remember. Usually you play always 3 games, because one game in a card game doesn't speaks out for your skill. It just speaks out that you had maybe sometimes a little bit more luck than somebody else. Anyway, enough chit chat, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.